Okay, good morning. It's 7:30 here in Marina. I was going to get set up for a mountain run. Um, just checking to make sure my cameras are working and are pointed the right direction. And The property has a fire sprinkler inspection today, so I'm worried that my cameras are going to get jostled. So it was on my mind, to make sure that after the fireman or the fire inspector is here checking out my fire sprinkler, that I make sure that my cameras are still pointed in generally the correct direction. So let me see if I can. I think this one and this one. Um, Come on, and I think these can come on too. And we'll go ahead and start up X-Plane. I was gonna fly from, I think generally like Northern California to Anchorage, Alaska, and I was gonna do that the same way. Um, eh, that I did. Uh, the last couple flights, which was like a kind of a high altitude hypersonic flight, and but now I'm thinking maybe I want to check out like the mountain ranges. I'm just looking at my Google Maps on the iPhone here. Um, so I guess we can start out at this one, and it's called Marin Ranch, so it must be somewhere around Marin, right? I'm gonna set the weather back to you know, VFR, because it's very stormy out right now. Actually, I don't know. I might do two of these flights, um, where one with real weather and one with computerized VFR weather. Because I really, my aim is to look at the mountains, and but it might be cool with clouds too. Well, okay, so let's just set it back to VFR for the first flight here. Um, it's about a 2,000 mile trip. Um, so it's gonna take somewhere like around 20 minutes, I think. Because we can do like Mach 7 at the surface, and that's like, I think, 2 or 3,000 miles an hour, or maybe more. So, um, I could ask. Well, I mean, it's 700 times times 7, which is like 5,000 dots. So it should be under an hour. Um, and oh, that's right. I was gonna test out the new HUD. I think there's a way to set it. Um, um, Graphics, maybe. Major head. Um, is it back there? Use new HUD, yeah. It is back there. Let's see, I guess I can move it down here. Let's see it. So, let's see what happened. It looks different. Oh, okay. Okay. So we'll have to see how this is flying. You gotta be worried that I'm not taping. Looks like I'm taping. Yeah, I got a gnarly crick in my neck. It's getting better though, finally. The lady at the massage parlor at the foot massage place, she goes, "Oh, he got arm out of socket." And I was like, "Oh, maybe she's talking about my arm." And so I started trying to slowly kind of inch my arm back the other way. That I've been stretching it out the opposite way, which has been good. But I just got this crick in here, which to me just makes me think that there's something structurally incorrect, in my shoulder here, in my neck, and so I'm like, well, I can start pushing on it the other way, and that had some effects. I think I got better sleep last night, and it's starting to feel not as painful, like it may be going away, like getting better. So let's real quick turn on the batteries, and we'll program in this one. Let's see, Anchorage. ICAO code. Anchorage. ICAO. I had another word typed in there. Banska, which is a country in Slovenia. A friend of mine on Facebook was there with his girlfriend Ann. I said, "There's nice weather in Banska." I said, "Where the heck is that?" So I had to look it up. So we are P A P A N C, 1,700 miles, about a 90-degree left turn out, and we'll see if it takes us over some of the mountains. Looks like we go right by Ukiah, but I'm afraid we're just gonna run into dead nuts IFR up to 60,000 feet, and I kind of wanted to stay low and look at the mountains. So we can go with X-plane map. And our two auxiliary panels here. Okay. And Now I guess we can go with the engine start. So we crack the throttles. We turn fuel pump 1 on. The wheel brake comes off while we're thinking about it. Spoilers are retracted. Flaps are retracted. Increase the... well, basically turning the engines on. I mean, they're rocket engines in the simulator, but I think we're simulating anti-gravity engines, so it wouldn't really require a fuel-air mixture because it doesn't require any fuel. Basically, the gravity from the Earth is its fuel. So, I guess we're ready to go. I'll take the controls here and slowly increase the throttle. Yeah, the new heads-up display is a little bit tighter. It's easier on the eyes. So let's note our takeoff time, 7:41. If we can keep that in mind. I'm having to hold a little bit of left pedal, so I'm trying to trim that out. And a little bit of left aileron, so I'm trimming that out too. So just over Mach 1, let's get a little bit higher so we can see over the next mountain range. So, and we're flying generally northwest, so away from the sun. And again, this is not what the weather is like today in the real world, so. So, I went through and set up the sound to be the way I think is best, which is coming through the speakers on the main display, not through either one of these, or through either the digital output. So when I increase the throttle here, should hear the sound. Yeah, so that's good. So now very quickly we're doing Mach 2.5. And we're just flying by Santa Rosa. Pretty soon we'll be coming up on Clear Lake. Very quickly now Mach 4. Clear Lake. So Mach 4 is 3,000. So this will get us up to Anchorage in about a half an hour. 7:41 was our takeoff. My shoulder is a lot better, but it's still pretty irritating, actually. So it's a nice day, right? And it's early in the morning. You can kind of tell from the angle of the sun on the hillsides or mountainsides. Excuse me. So 3,500 knots. Our estimated time, 32 minutes. I just can't get this thing to stop turning right. There we go. I was just like 0.1% away from having it not turn right. And I put in like a huge amount. To correct for it. So, well, yeah, I mean, this is way faster than any plane. Well, not way faster than any plane. Well, at this altitude, it is. So, you know, we wouldn't be able to do this in any real life kind of scenario, but this is one of the things that I do enjoy doing is kind of checking out mountains. And for the longest time, I've wanted to come up here to the Canadian Rockies, I think they're called. I don't know. This is the Klamath National Forest. So we're west of Shasta Trinity National Forest. To our 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock is Six Rivers National Forest, and to our 9 o'clock is Redwood National and State Park. So, 7,000 foot altitude peak right here, or 7,500 actually. Yeah, I think I like the HUD better being white. Instead of that fluorescent green. That looks kind of natural. This looks more natural. I like it. My cowl flaps? I didn't know I had cowl flaps. Cowl flaps, it says 50%. Hard to see some of the numbers here with the display of the missiles, so I could either remove the missiles or ask if I can option that away. So, we're doing about 30% thrust, which is giving us Mach 4 at sea level. Going to a fast right turn here. Avoid flying out over the ocean. I tend to start trying to make a point verbally and then find out that I'm not paying attention to, as a pilot to what I should be, which is kind of like where I'm going and more generally like what the space plane is doing. So. But just passing to the west of Eugene, Oregon. So, Junction City, Brownsville, Corvallis. That's where what's it called? OSU, Oregon State University, occurs. It doesn't seem like our pip is moving very naturally. Because it used to be when I stepped on the pedal, it would go off to the opposite side. Oh, I guess it does a little bit. Maybe the other one was not correct. This one's correct. Well, what do you say we make up some time? The higher we go, the shorter of a trip it is. But I like staying low so I can check out the scenery, you know? Soon passing by Portland. Sooner or later. Tillamook State Forest is what we're passing over. Now we're kind of headed directly for Seattle. About 80 frames per second, which is great. Hobbs time, which is the time the engine, another way of saying engine time, whether or not the aircraft is flying. We're getting a little. Is this Mach buffeting here that we're getting? Just talking about frame rates may have jinxed and. Coming up on Centralia and Olympia, Washington. And we were a little bit east of perfect shot into Seattle. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher for when we fly over the city. Now we're heading a little bit west of Seattle. Should be coming straight into it. And yeah, you can kind of see it. It loaded pretty fast, even though we're cruising about Mach 5. Coming up on Mount Baker, Snoqualmie. The greatest thing in life right now would be if I could do this run daily for about 10 days and just make little tweaks and changes here and there. These are some higher mountains though, some 10,000. North Cascades National Park. And there is some snow here, just in case you're thinking about, an X-Plane 11, just in future Matt, just in case you're thinking about whether or not X-Plane displays snowpack. I did see some snow there. I see some more too. There's a patch of snow dead ahead. Up on Garibaldi Park. Oh, and Whistler. I wonder if Whistler is Blackcomb Whistler. Still telling me about 20 minutes to Anchorage, so it's not bad. Not bad from Seattle to Anchorage, 20 minutes at sea level. So we are in British Columbia, which is nice. Yeah, I don't know if the town of Whistler is co-located with Whistler Blackcomb ski area. It could be though, because it was near Vancouver, Canada, and when I drove there in 2008 to go skiing, we went through Vancouver, Canada. So, but I definitely didn't know the world as good as I do now. Okay, so here's a lot of snow. So there definitely is some kind of algorithm which, as I give it a little less left rudder trim, there definitely is an algorithm which can place snow textures on the ground. Don't know what that is, but yeah, it's definitely here. I think probably in real life this would be IFR, you know. So this is kind of a treat, you know, that we can come into a simulator like this and set the weather, you know, basically any way we like it, and get a visual present like this, because these are neat, and we're going by so fast. Mach 5.35, just about 4,000 miles per hour, so, and it's given us 18 minutes to Anchorage. So, but you know, like for a trip like this, there's like no way you could fly the same trip twice, you know. But I've been wanting to fly this route here, kind of the coastal mountains, or I don't know if this is called the Canadian Rockies or not. This is the South Chilcotin Mountain Provincial. But ever since I flew from Oakland to Anchorage along the coast, I remember that was back in 2012, and that I wanted to jet inland and check out some of the mountains, but I also wanted to stay on the coast. So it's been 13 or 14 years, but I finally am seeing, I guess, some of the stuff that I wanted to see all those years ago, which is cool. So I mean, setting the weather. I mean, simulators. You've been able to set the weather for you know, eons, for even longer than you know. It's not a new thing. Can remember setting the weather in Microsoft. In fact, it was really cool when real weather downloads first came out. You know, because before that, you know, the weather was just kind of always set to a certain type of weather. But wow, look at this! Look at these mountains! Holy crap! And the lighting from the sun. Where are we? Tweedsmuir South Provincial Park. Fjordland Conservancy, Igachus Provincial Park, Hegginsburg, Bella Coola, South Bentnick, Kitlope Heritage Conservancy. Gotta add back the right rudder, I think. Now I'm following the snow, the depiction of the snow on this map here. So, but I'm reading the various parks and stuff and town names, like Weewani, off of this Usta Lake. So the mountains just got a lot lower, didn't they? Oh, that's right. When you get this far north, it starts to get dark again. I was looking at that on the Goes West satellite page. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Oh man. Because it's winter time, so can I set the date over to summertime? Hold on, we're gonna have to I don't want to pause it. No, we can land right here. I don't want to stop. I guess it'll be alright to go into settings real quick. Oh, it pauses it automatically. Yeah, let's change it to July. See what that does. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Yay. Okay. That brightened it up quite a bit. So we fast forwarded 6 months, I think. July 6th. It doesn't say the year. So... but it got a lot brighter, didn't it? Okay. Our maps seem to have failed. There we go. Kootenai Mountain Grizzly Bear Sanctuary. I was enjoying those lighting effects, but I guess now it's like, blah, you know, like, holy shit, but probably get used to it in another few minutes. So Ketchikan, we're flying right into Ketchikan, which I guess is Alaska. And Sitka and Juneau and Skagway are here, but this is really, I think, east of Sitka is where I wanted to explore the geography back in like 2011, and I never did come back here. So better time to fly up to Alaska if you want to do sightseeing is summertime, because of the tilt of the earth, and in wintertime it's dark as we experienced a few minutes ago. So I noticed I sound like I talk like I sound all bravado, and I'm really like, I'm stoked the simulator is working, but I get these little jitters and little buffets, and that makes me think it's about to like crash. And so actually, like, I may sound like brave, but actually I'm terrified inside, you know, that it's gonna crash and the mission won't be successful, and you know, then I'll get all depressed, and you know, but I could be wrong. It could just be like the game's way of displaying like light chop, you know, like turbulence or whatever. So I guess that's why we were yawing so much, is because the nose wheel was turned a little bit to the right. Yeah, it was. Forgot about that. That's why it's better to use a checklist, I think. before takeoff and Tongass National Forest. Zarimbo Island. I see our map moving, but I don't see our plane. There we go. Huh. We went underneath the map there for a while. Stikine Fowler, Petersburg. Yeah, there's a little bit of buffeting, but we're going so fast, I mean, and so low. 11 minutes now to Anchorage, incidentally. Yeah, this area kind of reminds me of like a rocky moon, like an alien planet or something. It's like you can tell the water used to be down here ages ago, right? Maybe I should get my thumb drive in a lanyard and put it on when I fly these missions, just to be safer. You know, like if the game crashes and I lose all the files, I'll have a copy of. You know, maybe I should zip up a zip file of my ship before every flight. You know, as part of the pre-flight checklist, and put a copy on my 4 terabyte Western Digital USB hard drive and my Monster Cable zip drive, thumb drive. You know, it's just part of the standard takeoff procedure. That way, you know, if we have a catastrophic failure or something, I have like redundant backups. You know, yeah, that's my backup plan, is to back up. Maybe not before every flight, because generally when I get in to do a flight, like I've got all this, like I want to be like temporally efficient, you know, like get going pretty quickly. You know, I can't sit here forever. But you know, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. It's been 30. We took off at 7:41 and it's 8:12 now. So, wow, cool canyon, man. I don't want to run out of flight control authority, but you know, I think it would be smarter. Look at all this snow. I think it would be smarter to make backups just right before every flight. But it just I don't know. I mean, you don't do that in a real airplane. It's not part of the like actual true flying experience, you know, or it wasn't 20 years ago when I trained in the real world, you know, 25 years ago. So what to do? I don't know. Talk about it, talk it through it. You know, it's like it would be better if I was wearing a copy of the ship I was flying near my heart, you know, all the time. Which you know, means I guess that I have to find those lanyards that I ordered last year, and I don't know. I have so many boxes full of so much little knickknacks, Cadillacs and paddywhacks. So it's like, well, just pay the $6 and reorder the same item, and it's like, yeah, and then I'll get sidetracked and I'll forget to do it again. And you know, wearing a thumb drive around your neck on a lanyard is not like, you know, that to me, like right now, philosophically, I think I would do that for maybe a few times, and then I'd get, you know, tired or bored of it, and just stop doing it. So, but in like objective reality or like idealist space, it sounds like a great thing to do, and spiritually too, because I'd be wearing, like a copy, like the ship, like in NAND memory, gated thumb drive, like as I was flying, and in some sense that may make me worry less about these jitters and make me less terrified, like I was saying before, of a system crash, because it's like because I'm human. I don't know how else to put it into language. It's like I'm showing myself to myself that I am aware of my intimidation, my trepidation, and I'm doing something about it, even though it doesn't really matter, because I've got the two updated copies on the two drives. It's just I'm not wearing one as a jewelry piece. So I don't know. Maybe I'll still do that, but that begs the question of whether or not I should do a quick search for the lanyards, and then I'd have to be plugging and unplugging the thumb drive every time I took off and in the ship, and it's like, well, you want like a ritualized like behavior pattern for doing these flights, and it's like no, I just want to be doing the actual flying. I'm so far behind, I don't have time to do all this stuff. I don't have like time to sit here for an hour, and then like get up and use the restroom and smoke a cigarette and drink some coffee and then come back, and then the plane's prepped, and I mean, technically I may be able to do that someday if I keep on getting healthier, but oh wow, look at, is this Denali? I don't know. I think Denali. Oh, it's Mount Logan. Kluane National Park and Reserve. Huh. How high is that? We're at 11,000. I've never heard of Mount Logan. Well, coming up now, 5 minutes into Anchorage. Let's see. It's got to be about 20,000, right? 14, 15, 16. Well, that was neat. We just kind of came up right upon that unexpectedly. So yeah, what a great idea to wear a copy of the ship and a thumb drive on a lanyard around my neck as a pendant, or a piece of jewelry to like kind of itemize or categorize my trepidation, and maybe like in some sense like that'll make me less bothered by these little skitters and stuff, these little bumps and bounces, but because the sim did crash so many times last month, and it's just like, oh wow, like it's been good the last few flights, but I still got a huge uncertainty, and I'm good at like, I guess, troubleshooting now. I've been doing it for like almost 20 years. Probably should have been doing it for longer, but that one, it just makes me think maybe that's how the sim runs. I mean, it just kind of hiccups sometimes, I guess. So now 3 minutes and 39 seconds into Anchorage. This has been quite a reveal for these, for what these coastal mountains and stuff look like. There's Talkeetna. Fairbanks is way the heck north, huh? But know if that would actually have an effect. So I think I guess I'm just gonna have to reorder those lanyards if I want to start doing it, because I really can't justify all this. Like having another like full day of activity to do all the stuff I want to do right now, I can't justify that yet with how this crick in my neck is making me feel about things like using my hands and my fingers and moving boxes around and all, like even cooking in the kitchen, like I'm a little bit concerned about, right now. Pretty much everything I do, I'm concerned about. Driving, it's like a whole different feeling driving these days. Because of the yoga that I've been doing, and my wrists and my elbows and ostensibly my shoulders have loosened up, and it's like, wow, like, it's way harder to steer. But 30 to 40 minutes of flying, I think, is probably okay. I say that, but I don't know if I really believe it. Chugach National Forest. Wow. Oh, Valdez. Is that like the Exxon Valdez? No way. That place looks hard to get to. Is there even an inlet? I don't know. It must be a port. The Kink River. I'm giving it full down and full left stick. To perform this maneuver here. Oh, coming up on Anchorage right now, actually. Time to pull the power back in a minute. Kink River, I didn't know it was so close to Anchorage. We're headed right for it, actually. Well, we would be if we didn't have to ski around that mountain. I haven't been up here in like 15 years. Yeah, this is not, oh, I see, this is, a different, that was a different airport. Well, that's okay, I mean, we could still land there. This is the general area. Wow, I didn't know there were so many trees up here. Anchorage is just another 20 miles. Well, that was interesting. I saw Valdez, Alaska for the first time. Well, this just looks like a pipe dream. I guess it's boats. Big old cargo liners, huh? Let's go check those out. Excuse my cough. Some very big watercraft. Ah, here's a green one. That's my favorite color. Now he can carry a lot more Connex boxes than me. I had Connex boxes on this ship a few years back, and I think I could carry like 9 of them, or 11 of them, 10 or 11, 9 or 10 or 11, and so he had about probably 400. Okay, well, this is the first time I've been right into Anchorage. I think last time I came up here, I just maybe turned around and headed back. That's the first place I went when I started to fly around the world. Then I turned around and went and flew around the world the opposite direction. So, or no, I guess I started out here at the airport, and so and then I flew into Oakland, and then Denver, and then Dallas, and uh, you know, I don't remember where after that, but I think I started out here in Anchorage and flew south. Actually, I don't know. But at any rate, it's pretty big place for being up in Alaska, isn't it? I mean, maybe not. Maybe it just naturally kind of evolved that way over time. Over time. And let's see, we can land in this Earthquake Park, Ted Stevens International Airport. I wonder who Ted Stevens is. He must be like a governor or something. Oh, they got a Costco and a Fred Meyer. Wow, huge ramp up here. Yeah, there goes the pip. La 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 la. It's a Smurfy day. I guess fuel pumps can come on. Just so our engine doesn't quit at the last minute here. Our gear is out. Our flaps are down. And we've touched down here. Oh, that wasn't a sound of something touching water though. Flaps can come back up before I forget. Can cut the anti-grav thrusters and deploy the water anchor and take a look from the outside. Take a look from the outside. Can't see, can't see. Yeah, we're about as big as that's cool. I guess I'll take you a picture of that. Yeah, I mean, it'll be good to stand up and move around for what it's worth. I think maybe this could be my way of working out. Um, Sitting here and flying VFR and stuff, doing turns and stuff, and carves and that. So it works out okay for now, and then it's kind of slowly build back to how I was doing before. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today. Thanks, Future Matt, for watching. Thanks to anyone else who might be watching. See ya.